at a most auspicious time of year when we are hoping for miracles. Now, often we will get into that miracle headspace of needing a miracle and struggling desperately to receive that thing that is so desired, and just believing that, oh, maybe if I try harder, maybe if I wish even more, if I struggle against even more, I'll get this miracle that I'm so desiring. But yet, after much time of struggle and desperate feelings and really pushing toward that miracle, you may find that nothing has changed. So if miracles are something that is desired, and if they are something that comes from the divine, then why are they so mysterious and so difficult for us to understand? Welcome, everyone. I'm Dr. Marcia Martin, the heart healer, and today we're going to take the mystery out of miracles. Let's understand what a miracle really is, and then dive into the components of a miracle. This week and next week, let's really understand what is necessary to create a miracle in your own life, and who in the angelic energetic realm can help you. Because we know that always, if you have a problem that you need help with, there is a helper in the energetic realm that is more than capable and more than willing. So now I'm just putting up for everyone an opportunity to get my new ebook, How to Receive Angelic Guidance. It's 11 ways. Oh, it looks like it came twice. Okay. It's 11 ways in which we resist angelic assistance, and of course, how you can change so that you are open to receiving. So let's dive into the miracle. Now, I am taking this information from the Course in Miracles. For those of you who don't know, the Course of Miracles is said to have been dictated by the energy of Jesus to a psychologist, and it is a complete understanding of what a miracle is and how you can live your life in accordance with miracles and receive them on a daily basis. So we're just going to use that text as our guide. So, what is a miracle? Well, A Course of Miracles defines a miracle as love in action. Now, you may be saying to yourself, oh, gosh, well, I'm a really loving person, and I really love my children, my partner, my spouse, whomever it may be, but I'm not seeing very many miracles in my life. Huh, I don't think that's true. I don't think that love makes the difference. And here's where you're probably confused. First of all, when the divine say that miracles are made of love, they are not talking about romantic love. They are not talking about love that the ego engages in. To them, love is an action. And love is the most powerful force for good possible. Remember, God is good and good is God. And the divine have already decided that all they are going to be in their complete state is love and acceptance. This is unconditional love that does not judge, forgives all, and continues to support, completely accepting no matter what choices you may be making. So you see how different that is from love that we may believe that we are engaging in when it's based on emotion rather than the energy, the support pillar of unconditional love. There is no order of difficulty in miracles. It is perfectly the same to receive a healing miracle as it is perhaps to receive a financial miracle. Miracles are not based on big or small, they are merely based on need. So if you are engaging in the conversation of, oh, I have to really do something about this financial crisis that I found myself in, but it's so huge, and the energy I'm going to need is in so into I need the biggest miracle I can possibly find. You're now putting all sorts of roadblocks between you and receiving. So I'm going to ask you to just let go of that. Let's say you have a physical healing that is needed, whether it's stage 4 cancer or a headache. Apply the same principles to both things. If the condition is more advanced, you may need to apply the miracle making formula for an extended period of time. But there is no order of difficulty in miracles. You are not more likely to receive one or the other because it's easier. Miracle means life. Remember, the divine are love. So when you are participating in miracle making energy, you are giving life to a situation. Miracles bring greater purity. And when we purify our energetic system, our energetic awareness, we allow ourselves to be able to engage more fully with the divine. And the more divine that we have within us, the greater the life flowing to us and through us. Now, something else that's really interesting about miracles is they are neither odd nor rare. Now, I know for myself, especially when I was just beginning this journey all the way back when I was maybe 12 or 13, I went through a period where I was quite angry with God because I couldn't understand why miracles happened while Jesus walked on the earth, but there were no miracles happening in present day when we needed them the most. And I kept thinking, gosh, a miracle is something so rare, so unusual, that it must take an incredible person in order to allow this to happen. Now, what I know is that miracles are not rare. And miracles are the natural order of life. When a miracle is not happening, that's when we should be worried and saying, gosh, we must be out of alignment because this miracle that we are desiring is not happening. So, how can we get back into alignment so that we will be able to receive the miracle making energy that pours forth from the divine consistently and receive the desires of our heart? Everyone has a right to receive a miracle. Don't get into judgment. Don't try to decide this one is good, that one isn't, whatever you're thinking. Instead, just allow yourself to be present in the energy of the miracle and know that absolutely everyone, no matter what they may have done, is deserving in the eyes of the divine of the miracle. Now, in order to receive it, purification may be necessary, but no one is ever turned away. Miracles heal by supplying what's lacking. So, miracles, which are made of love, and love is the most potent energy that can ever be called upon, miracles supply that which is lacking. And by that, I mean, again, if you are in need of a financial miracle, you may believe yourself to be lacking in the area of financial abundance. So the miracle would be to supply to you money. If you are lacking in health, if you are dealing with a dis-ease, you would feel as though you are lacking in the abundance of good health. And so the miracle would be to return you to the place where you're able to interact with your physically healthy body. The miracle is going to remove the illusion that there isn't enough and return you to the state of mind where you recognize there is plenty. Now, it sounds so easy on the surface to say words like, oh, it's just an illusion that there isn't enough. But when you're in the midst of it, it can be quite difficult. So, the thing you want to make sure that you're doing is not to be self critical or self condemning, just to recognize, oh, I've stepped into this place of lack. And then call on your energetic helpers to help you move out of that place back to the place where there is more than enough. Miracles are an exchange. You're exchanging the idea that there's not enough for the idea that there is more than enough. And actually, they're correcting me saying more than enough is not an idea, it's a truth. So we're stepping out of the false belief system into the truth of the divine, where there is more than enough for everyone. Miracles exchange, they bring love to both the giver and the receiver. And prayer will help you bring forth the miracle. Prayer is a beautiful medium in which you recognize that, gosh, what I am doing just by myself isn't enough. I need to call on a being that is more powerful, wiser, able to see a bigger picture than I am. I'm in the forest, lost among the trees, and I need a pathway out. And when you engage in prayer, it helps you open to the understanding that there is a pathway that is absolutely available to every person. Thoughts are the creators of the miracle. If you believe that something is possible, it will have an easier time getting to you than when you are constantly in a state of, oh no, I can't engage with this. This is not okay. It's still possible for something to get to you, even when you're hands off, but just think how much easier it's going to be for you to be able to receive when you are just standing in the space of, I now allow myself to receive my highest good. Get used to loving you so much that you are complete in your ability to be self loving. The miracle and all miracles represent freedom from fear. Love conquers fear. You can put fear and love in a room together. Now, you may say to yourself, well, gosh, I don't understand. I thought fear is loud and fear appears to really have a lot going on for it. But love is calm and wise and powerful. So love is easily able to let fear relax, to let fear recognize that it's not necessary. And once this fear has been calmed down by the love, now you have all that much more energy working to help you create the desired result. Because miracles are love, and love is the most powerful energy. Miracles are also composed of forgiveness. So it is so important as you move forward on your miracle making journey that you carry no hatred toward anyone. But instead of making a big show about going out and finding all the people that you may have wronged in the past, I want you to begin right here. Begin right here saying to yourself, please forgive me. Forgive me for all of the times that I did not honor you, I did not believe you or believe in you, I didn't support you, I didn't make it easy for you to achieve your dreams. Please forgive me for holding on to fear based thinking when I should have been opening to the possibility. Begin with yourself and begin forgiving yourself. Miracles are the perfect example of alignment. When you are out of alignment, you're standing over here and the miracle is coming right here. So if you find that you're constantly just missing things or things start opening up only to fritter away, take a moment to look within and say, how am I standing in the way of my miracle? I can feel the miracle making energy. I can feel that it's right here. I see that things began to start, but somehow it just kind of dissolves before I get my hands around it. So, what within me is causing me not to attract substance? You don't do that in a way that will feel hurtful or condemning. It's merely an opportunity to take responsibility. Am I holding on to the belief that I'm not good enough for this miracle that I'm desiring to receive? See how that feels. If that feels like, oh, no, I think I'm okay with the miracle, keep being a detective to determine how you are standing in the way. Which part of you is not okay with you moving ahead? And then do the work to clear and heal that aspect of yourself. You will know when you are in alignment because it's just like dominoes falling down. Everything is working together beautifully. But alignment means right thinking and aligning with the truth. Alignment does not mean you can align with whatever lie you want to tell yourself about how you're not good enough and think that that's going to get you where you're going. You must align with the truth, and the truth is you are more than enough. Put your God glasses on. Begin seeing yourself as the divine see you. Miracles recognize only wholeness. So see the perfection and not the absence. So let's take the example again of illness and financial difficulty. So if you are ill and you keep looking at the sickness within your body, let's use cancer as an illustration, and you keep picturing the tumor or you keep picturing these rogue cells that keep multiplying and multiplying, and you're giving all this energy to this aberrant event that is happening within your body, you are furthering the dysfunction. Instead, you must see the healthy body, and this is not going to be easy. So please don't get upset with yourself if you are finding yourself waffling. Call on support from your energetic helpers. But so you have this tumor situation going on over here. Take your eyes off of it and put them on any part of your body that is well. If you don't have a part of your own body that is well, start really concentrating on other wellness things. Just fill your mind with what is desired and take it away from the undesired. Same thing. If you are having a hardship with money, if you stare at your bank account all day long and say, oh, there's not enough, there's not enough, there's not enough, it will be so difficult for you to get into the place where money can flow to you. So you must place yourself in alignment with abundance. If there is no stream of money that it seems to be coming in any way, then get fixated on the abundance of the natural world. Look at all the grass, the trees, the leaves, the flowers. Look at the way in which there is more than enough. It is almost impossible to move from there's not enough to the state of there is enough. Instead, make it easy. Go from the place of, oh, there's more than enough. There's more than enough for all of the animals, and I am one of God's creatures. So, therefore, there is more than enough for me as well. I just need to let go, relax, take a breath, and say, oh, I'm open to receiving it. Miracles are an outer expression of your inner awareness of the Christ. Now, I know sometimes people get hung up on the name Jesus. Just let it go. Let's remember Jesus is not a religious figure. He has been incorporated into religions, but when Jesus walked on the earth, it was not to affiliate with any one particular religion. And he tells us that he came not to abolish the law of loving God, but to supersede it, to go beyond what we knew at the time of the divine. Yes, it has become a religion since Jesus was here, but just let go of the religion and hold on to the truth represented by the person, or just attach to the Christ consciousness, which is the energy of unconditional love. But please don't get hung up on a name and throw away all of this incredible teaching. So, your inner awareness of Christ demonstrates is demonstrated by the atonement gifted to you by the Christ. Now, what does that mean? Atoning means undoing all of the mistakes. And again, I want you to step away from the religious, oh, you were born a sinner. Please step away from all of that condemnation and understand that the whole mission, the whole reason that Jesus was given an opportunity to walk on the earth as the representation of the divine is so that all mistakes could be forgiven and all people would have a way back into their divine alignment. We are here to experience, to journey, to move forward, to learn and to grow. Part of that is going to be making mistakes. But Jesus already cleared that and said, nope, I'm going to be the bridge between you and the divine. So you can make as many mistakes as you need to, and you will still be able to find your way back to the divine through the consciousness of unconditional love, which is what I represent. And that's all miracles are. Mistakes are the belief that something less than perfect could be real. Mistakes are getting caught up in that belief that this thing that is not perfect and appears to be everything you don't want is somehow more real than your connection with the divine that is everything that you do want. Jesus gave us the example of how to live your whole life in alignment. But even Jesus, while he was in his physical body, needed time to recalibrate. There were times when it was difficult for him to hold that alignment. So he understands that you're going to wobble sometimes. And that is why we have all of this support. Mistakes are expected to happen. So don't try to run away from the mistake. Just do your best to, as you are going through your life experience, allow yourself to have the most complete experience that you can, knowing that mistakes are going to be a part of it. And then do your best to release yourself from the mistake as quickly as you can. How do you do that? By recognizing, oh, that doesn't seem to be going the way that I want it to. Let me release myself from this energy. Let me forgive myself. Let me recognize this can't be what I want or desire because it it's not working. It's all broken. And I want that which belongs to the divine. That's my truth. And that's what I want to experience and where I want to hold my energy. Sickness is an illusion. Financial devastation is an illusion. Broken relationships are an illusion. We can choose to participate in all of them for the purpose of growth. But none of these things are wrong. They are simply an experience. And I want to take a minute right now to mention something that happened recently in my life. And this is just something that was said to me, not something that I participated in. But I had a friend of a friend who has passed away from brain cancer. And another friend of this friend said to my friend, I know it's getting a little complicated, but said to my friend, oh, well, he would have been able to heal himself if he had just done the inner work. Oh, man, talk about judgment. Talk about stepping out of alignment and not offering unconditional love. No, 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 no. We do not know what a person's life journey is supposed to include. We don't know what is going to give them the greatest growth opportunity. We do not know what they have chosen to encounter in this life, and we don't know when they are complete. A person can do all of the inner healing work and still choose to leave through sickness. Please let us not say, oh, they didn't get a miracle if someone chooses to return to the energetic state. Instead, let us stay in love and assume that every prayer is heard and every prayer is answered, because that's the divine truth. Whether it looks to us as though the prayer has been answered or not doesn't matter. We don't know what is the highest good for that person. So let's stay out of judgment. Now, anytime we have an unpleasant or challenging event, yes, we are out of alignment to some degree. We're out of alignment with God's perfection. However, we may have chosen to participate with that event or that challenge for the purpose of growth. So let's not get all upset about I'm in the middle of a challenge, and instead look for the way back to alignment within that challenging experience. When you allow yourself to be in alignment with the divine through the challenge, you're going to shorten the experience and expand on what you're able to learn. Don't run away from the challenge. Invite God into the challenge with you. God, please show me the way forward. Where is it that I need to place my energy so that I can move through this with the greatest amount of learning and the least amount of difficulty? So let's remember too that we learn best through challenge. So the being of the Christ was the being of the Christ is the only miracle making power. You will notice that in previous times, there are certain people that have been able to duplicate the miracles that we saw Jesus perform while he was here in the physical body. Is this because they are special, or they somehow managed to be like Jesus, well, they're not special. However, yes, they did place their self into such alignment and purify themselves to such a degree that they were able to hold more of the divine power, and therefore they had access to more of the miracle making power. Jesus, during his lifetime, was purified of all except God. He came and only exhibited, only interacted with the essence of God. He was the only stream of consciousness of unconditional love. So, your quickest way into a miracle and into having miracle making ability is to purify your inner landscape and allow unconditional love to be the only energy flowing through you. It is absolutely possible to perform miracles today, but you must meet the criteria. Just like all of the saints that have come after Jesus have met the criteria in order for a miracle to occur. Miracles do not require specific age, gender, intelligence, or a specific profession. Miracles are love in action. All that is required is that you are able to align with and then pour forth this incredible love of the divine. Miracles are inclusive, they are not exclusive. Miracles benefit all. You may think, well, if only certain people can do miracles, then they're very exclusive. But I just shared with you, everyone is capable of doing a miracle, but you must first do the work of purification. So you don't have a lot of darkness within you, and you have room to be that beacon of love so that you are carrying around with you that miracle making power. Jesus was able to perform them because of the level of purity, his ability to love, accept, and forgive everyone, including himself, and to see the perfection that was already there. I have shared with you many times how Jesus has taught me that when I am working with someone, when I am trying to help someone step out of the darkness, my job is not to lower myself to their level, but to encourage them to meet me on the high level of unconditional love and acceptance, because it's up here that the healing can happen. It's the same thing with miracles. So let's look quickly at how we can create a miracle. And then next week, I promise to really break it down so that you understand how you can interact successfully with this power. But this is what you're going to need to do. You're going to have to forgive everything that is not in alignment with God's truth. Now, this is where it can get tricky, because let's say you were in an abusive relationship. Do you have to forgive the abuser? If you want to be able to channel miracle making power, yes. It does not mean you carry on a relationship with that person. You simply forgive yourself for allowing yourself to get in the relationship, and you forgive them for being abusive within the relationship. But you may never see or talk to that person again. However, you've let go of the resentment, the guilt, the shame, the anger, the need to get revenge. You've let go of all of that. That darkness is no longer inside. And what's going to take the place of that darkness? The Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit brings forth the miracle because it is the stream of love. It's the way the divine share their love. They share it through the Holy Spirit light, that light of love. The next thing you're going to have to do is step out of desperation and into faith. Now, I know this one sounds like, are you kidding? I only ask for a miracle when I'm absolutely desperate. Now you're telling me I got to step out of desperation? Yes. Desperation occupies a very low vibration. Miracles occupy the highest vibration. If you want to receive a miracle, you're making it impossible from down here. Step out of the desperation and into faith. And how are you going to do that? You're going to do that by placing your attention on everything that's going right, everything that feels good, all of the ways in which you've been successful, or all in the ways in which you can see others being successful, knowing that anything anyone else can do, you can do too. You just have to be in the place where you're in alignment with it. And then you're going to need to purify your energy. You don't purify your energy by telling yourself you are stupid, not worthy, and a real jerk. You purify your energy by loving and forgiving yourself, by spending time with the divine in prayer and meditation, by over and over and over again going into the heart and asking yourself, is there any darkness here? Is there any part of me that doesn't want to forgive or let go or just be in the flow of divine love? If there is, love it away. Don't hate it. Don't make it bigger. Don't make a big deal out of it. Just love it away. Release all that negativity and allow yourself to purify, to expand, and to rise. Think of negativity as though it's a sponge. And as empathic beings, you are very open to other people's energies. But I want you to stop being the sponge in the room. When a sponge gets full of water, it becomes very heavy and it sinks. Instead of being the sponge, be the generator. Begin being the generator of love and radiate that love out into the world. Push your energy out. Don't pull other people's energy into you. You can't do anything with their energy, but you can do so much when you are pushing your energy of love and acceptance out into the world. Now, here's the last thing that you need. You must hold on to the desired outcome without wavering. Now, let's be realistic. It's almost impossible for most of us to continuously hold the desired outcome when we are seeing evidence all around us of things falling apart. Be kind and loving to yourself. Hold the desired outcome as long as you possibly can for the amount of time that you can. Be as consistent as you possibly can. But when you find yourself that you've wobbled over into what isn't wanted, don't offer a lot of condemnation and criticism. Instead, I'm so proud of myself for noticing that I had wobbled off into the darkness. Oh, let me take a breath. Let me clear away that darkness. Let me get back into alignment. Hold on to what is wanted. Really reattach to that desired outcome. Bring more God energy to this and begin again. You might have to start over again and again and again. That's okay. Just do your best to hold on to the desired outcome as long as you possibly can, with as much consistency as you possibly can, until you receive the desired result or something better. But please don't give up. If you've held on to the desire for a minute, it's going to take more than that. And recognize that you may not know what is the outcome which is for your highest good, and be open to an upgrade. So give your mind a focal point by choosing the desired result that you want, and then be open to something coming that is even better. I'm going to give you some homework for the next week. There are the ladies of Europe, those old European ladies that dress in black, that have unshakable faith. They don't care if the world is blowing up next to them. They are there with their prayer beads or whatever they're using in order to say their prayers, and they are a rock of faith, and they create miracles. I want you for the next week to pretend that you are one of those women, whether you're male or female. Pretend that you are one of those women dressed in black and unmovable. And no matter what is happening around you, you're going to continue to trust the divine and hold the faith that everything is working out for your highest good. And bring the energy of those old European women of such great faith with you to our live next week, where we will understand how to really dive deep into the miracle energy and look at how we can make ourselves miracle makers and do it with ease. So that's all for today. Thank you all for being here. If you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you celebrate Hanukkah, Happy Hanukkah. If you celebrate Kwanzaa or any other holiday, happy holidays to you. And may this new year that we're stepping into be the one of unending blessings, overflowing joy, and beautiful, wonderful miracles. Thank you for being here, Sirius. I'm sending much love to all of you. Thanks so much, everyone.